Now I'm blowing. See me. Float. Scarf blowing in the wind, nigga. Fuck you know about that? Down the Casbah shit.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah, I'm like Tony in the silver Carrera. They don't build them no better. Bitch, I'm back and I'm filthy as ever. Hot stepper, red pepper, steak dinner, wave spinner, lady killers, chains glimmer. Lanes fill us like painkillers. Nigga, we range whippers. Rain dripping on my suede British. Stage driven like made niggas. Gym shimmer like stage glitter. Bass slinger, slice cake pieces. Bang pieces, left face creases. Great speakers, snake sneakers. Got keys like gatekeepers. Pit bulls on short leashes. Portuguese divas feed us. My Adidas. Don't put your big stank feet in. Peak game like mind readers. And my wife beater. Fire heaters, ride the beat like zebra. Me and this game's like Ike and Tina. I'm a dreamer, 745 Beamer, Aquafina, blood spilled by the liter. Plus deliver like cheese pizza. I'm my brother's keeper, send him to the Grim Reaper. Dawn shit, gats in the guitar case, Scarface. This be that Dawn shit, ex-con shit. Gats under the armpit, cigar slit, mob flicks and hardships. Nigga, this be that Dawn shit. Gats in the guitar case, Scarface. This be that Dawn shit, ex-con shit. Gats under the armpit, cigars lit, mob flicks and hardships. Nigga, this be that Dawn shit. Palm trees and exotic V's. Overseas, somewhere in Belize, blowing sour D's. Stay dipped like sour cream. Keep chips, get the powder cheap. Squeeze clips at your coward feet. We the shit, peep how it stink. In my palace on the balcony. Turn spit to a house in Jeep. Now see, that's alchemy. You out your league, dick, now it's beef. 3 bricks on the couch seat. At the crib out in South Beach. Kingpin style beats. Green bins bow east. Brown fleece. Richard Roundtree steeds. The big cheese. Bitch please. Take 6 while I shift speeds. K-spit, never K-switch. Gangster click. Nickel plated on the waist sit. Plus the bracelets stay way thick. Like a shackles on a slave's wrist. Gator kicks. Keep the apron sniff like face did. Rich base heads pay less. Break the desk. Out in Great Neck train pets. Bitches that play the clarinet rep. While we crept in the NSX red. Dawn shit. Gats in the guitar case, Scarface. This be that Dawn shit, ex-con shit. Gats under the armpit. Cigars lit, mob flicks and hardships. Nigga, this be that Dawn shit. Gats in the guitar case, Scarface. This be that Dawn shit, ex-con shit. Gats under the armpit. Cigars lit, mob flicks and hardships. Nigga, this be that Dawn shit.
Getting about 30K views in 10 hours is a little more simple than you think. In fact, getting almost 100,000 views in 48 hours is much more simple than you think. If you want to learn how to maximize with your content on YouTube, hit me up, because these things are more simple than you can ever imagine. For example, these conversations with celebrities didn't happen with me for no reason. So DM me right now or message me and let's do this. Let's get it popping. Let's go.
Yo, welcome to Showface News. You can call me what you want. Just don't call me woke. We're back again with another one. You rocking with the town favorite. You dig? Stop playing. Listen, man, we back with another one. And once again, all the way from Flushing, Queens, we got the one and only Sue Young. Stop playing. Let's go. And that's where we're Sue Young, but check it out though. So I didn't know that Drake and Kodak had beef, champ. I didn't know nothing about, like, we don't see them collaborate, we don't see them around each other. Never had even the furthest idea that maybe they was beefing. That never came to mind, you dig? I know XXX and Tentacion and Drake had their beef, but I didn't know that Kodak and Drake was beefing. So we gonna take a look at this, gang. I ain't gonna lie. It's a whole little documentary. We gonna take a look. Smash the like button. Share the video. Let's jump right in, gang. Let's stop playing. Come on.
T on his meltdown verse. Some people even caught the childish.
Hold up.
Alright, so we all know Drake dissed Pharrell and Pusha T on his meltdown verse. Some people even caught the childish Gambino diss. Hell, he even called This Is America overrated and over-rewarded, and some people are saying this line is a diss to Gunna. I don't know what y'all think, but no one is talking about this last diss. Let's get into it. Alright, let's review what we already know. A lot of hip-hop fans think the Drake and Pusha beef started around 2018. A lot of fans also didn't know Drake and Pharrell had any kind of problems, but the beef actually goes all the way back to 2002. Back then, Pusha and his brother No Malice was a duo who went by the name Clips, and a lot of their production was done by Pharrell and Chad Hugo, aka the Neptunes. Birdman featured Clips on his track What Happened to That Boy, and the Neptunes produced it, but there were some money issues between Birdman and the Neptunes, and Pharrell would never work with Cash Money ever again. 4 years later, Lil Wayne allegedly asked Pharrell for some clothes from his Billionaire Boys Club brand, but Pharrell shut it down. Pharrell and Clips were also known for rocking Babe before anyone else in the game, so after Wayne wore Babe on the cover of Vibe magazine and rocked Billionaire Boys Club,
that is exactly when the beef started, because he tried to say that Wayne took his swag. That's when it started, champs.
In his Hustler music video, Clips dropped the track Mr. Me Too and called out Wayne for copying their style. Wayne clapped back in an interview with Complex and said this about Pharrell: "That nigga wore Babes and y'all thought he was weird. I wore it and y'all thought it was hot." In 2011, Drake dropped the track Dreams Money Can Buy and took shots at Pusha with the lines, and I feel like lately it went from top 5 to remaining 5. My favorite rappers either lost it or they ain't alive. Pusha responded by using the same beat on his track Don't F With Me and said rappers on their sophomores acting like they boss lords. This was right after Drake dropped his sophomore album Thank Me Later. Then Pusha sent more shots on the track Exodus 23, where he said, "Contract all f***ed up. I guess that means you all f***ed up. You signed to one nigga that signed to another nigga that signed to 3 niggas. Now that's bad luck." Drake was signed to Lil Wayne's Young Money label under Birdman's Cash Money label, which is under Universal Records. After the track dropped, Wayne tweeted, "Pusha T and anybody that love him." In 2016, things would heat up again when Pusha called Drake out for using...
He missed though, cause remember, Wayne had dissed Pusha T too though. Wayne dissed Pusha T as well. Y'all forgot because it was terrible. It was a terrible diss record. When Wayne dissed Pusha T, that track was awful. Wayne's not... I ain't gonna lie, the best diss track I heard from Wayne was when Wayne dissed 50 on the Louisiana joint. That was fire. I ain't gonna lie. That was like a prime Wayne. That's like 2007 Wayne. He was cooking in there. I ain't gonna lie. He was ready. But this, when he just Pusha T, this is kind of like post No Ceilings Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't the best, not gonna lie. You couldn't see the same hunger that he had when he dissed 50. But let's continue, gang. Smash it like boy. Let's keep it going.
Ghostwriters on the track HGTV with the line, "It's too far gone when the realist ain't real. I walk amongst the clouds, so your ceilings ain't real. These niggas Call of Duty, cause their killings ain't real with a questionable pen, so the feeling ain't real." Drake clapped back on 2 birds, 1 stone and said Pusha wasn't really pushing weight like he raps about. He said, "But really it's you with all the drug dealer stories. That's gotta stop though. You made a couple chops and now you think you Chapo." Pusha wouldn't respond till 2018 when on the track Infrared, he aired Drake out again for allegedly hiring Quentin Miller to write his verse on the track Rico back in 2015, rapping, "The game's f***ed up because beats is banging. Your hooks did it. The lyric penning equal, the Trumps winning. The question is how the Russians did it. It was written like Nas, but it came from Quentin." Drake clapped back less than 24 hours later with Duppy Freestyle. He sent shots at Kanye, then went after Pusha with, "Must have had your infrared wrong, now you're head in the beam. Y'all are the spitting image of whatever jealousy breeds. Don't push me when I'm in album mode. You're not even top 5 as far as your label talent goes. Man, you might have sold to college kids for Nike and Mercedes, but you act like you sold drugs for Escobar in the 80s. Don't mind my horrible flow. But what..."
Yeah, your flow trash. Stop trying to rap, my nigga. You bugging. Chill out, bro. Chill, you heard? Cool video though, but you can't... No rapping for you, nigga. However, yeah. So Wayne and Pusha. So the thing about Pusha, right, is people don't realize that Malice writes Pusha's stuff. In case y'all don't know, Malice writes Pusha's stuff, and to this day, Malice still writes Pusha's stuff. Think I'm lying? You better ask. I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. Malice still writes for Pusha T, bro. Malice has always wrote for Pusha T. Smash the like button, share the video. Let's continue.
What happened next shocked the whole world and made this beef legendary. On May 29th, 2018, Pusha dropped the story of Adidon. The artwork was a picture from 2008 of Drake wearing blackface, which would have been a bomb all by itself. But as we all know, Pusha dropped the bomb and broke the news that Drake had a son with an ex-porn star named Sophie Brousseau that he was hiding from the world. He said, "You are hiding a child? Let that boy come home, deadbeat motherfucker, playing border patrol." The beef would essentially die there after Jay Prince told Drake not to respond to Pusha T before things got out of hand. Jay Prince is a whole other story in itself. We're definitely working on a video about him and why he's so feared in Houston, Texas. But back to the topic. But in April 2022, Drake would bring the beef back up on Jack Harlow's song, Churchill Downs, with the line, "All I hear is plug talk coming from middleman. All I hear is tall tales coming from little men. If I see you, I spit in your faces. Daytonas with the green faces." But Pusha T would go on the Breakfast Club and say it was too weak to respond.
Bro sound like he making them UK grime records. I ain't gonna lie. Bro literally sound like he making one of them UK grime joints. I ain't gonna lie. But look. So yeah, that Pusha and Drake beef, that stems all the way from when Pusha was beefing with Wayne over the Bape situation. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I remember when Bape first came out too. I remember when Pharrell and Kanye was the first people you ever seen in skinny jeans back in like 2005 as well. And people didn't really start wearing skinny jeans till like 2007, maybe 2008. But Kanye and Pharrell was the first people I ever seen in the skinny jeans. And Pharrell was clearly the first person wearing Bape. Facts. Let's continue. Smash the like button, share the video.
Too. And that brings us to the present. Now let's take a look at the Meltdown lyrics. "I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss. Give a f*** about all of that heritage. Since V is not around, the members done hung up the Louis. They not even wearing that. Drake is obviously sending shots at Pharrell on this line. In early 2023, Pharrell put a lot of his iconic pieces from his closet up for auction, and Drake bought about $3 million worth of jewelry. Drake even has a line from his 2019 track, Omerta, saying he would do something like this. "I plan to buy your most personal belongings when they up for auction. Man, truth be told, I think about it often, the petty king, the overseer of many things." After Virgil Abloh died, Pharrell took his role at Louis Vuitton as the new creative director of menswear. Drake is basically saying that now that V, which stands for Virgil, is gone, they don't wear Louis anymore. And then to the most interesting line of the song, "You lucky that Vogue was suing, cause I would have been with the Wasas in Paris and sh." During the promotion for her loss, Drake and 21 Savage used fake Vogue magazines to tease the project.
Interesting. Dolph Ethereal had a comment. He said, "You sure Cali wasn't rocking skinnies first? Remember the New Boys? The New Boys came out way after you seen Pharrell and Kanye in skinny jeans. They didn't create any skinny jeans, champ. I ain't gonna lie. If you want to be fair, the first people wearing skinny jeans was West Indian people in Jamaica. If you want to be real deep about it and be real correct, technically speaking, island people was rocking skinny jeans first. As far as music is concerned, the first people you seen rocking skinny jeans back in like 2005 was Pharrell and Kanye. The New Boys came out way after that. That's like 2009, 2008. So they're only following Pharrell and Kanye. Promise you. But let's continue. Smash the like button, share the video.
Weeks after the release of her loss, Drake and 21 Savage were forced to remove the fake magazines from production as they were hit by a lawsuit from Vogue. But here's where things get interesting. Upon hearing that line, you would initially think this was another shot at Pharrell and Pusha T, because Pusha was spotted in Paris attending Pharrell's fashion show. Or could this be a shot at Kodak Black and him inserting himself in the beef between Toronto's Was Gang and Kodak's Sniper Gang? Let's dive into it. On February 12th, 2022, Justin Bieber held a Super Bowl weekend party at the Nice Guy restaurant in LA. A lot of A-list celebrities were in attendance like Leonardo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire and Drake. Even Jeff Bezos was there. The security at the party was top-notch due to the caliber of people in attendance, and everything was going smoothly. But no one had any idea that the party would soon be interrupted by an unexpected event. Kodak Black would soon arrive at the party, and as you would expect, he wasn't alone. According to a witness, Kodak and his crew made their way to the back entrance to get into the party, But for some reason, the security team at the party had been informed that they should lock the door and no one else was to be allowed inside. The security guards who had been stationed at the door were unmoved by the appearance of Kodak and his crew and weren't let inside. Kodak Black and his crew eventually retreated to their cars, but Kodak decided to stop and take photos with some fans. But while Kodak Black was busy taking photos with guns...
Oh, this must have been the time when Kodak got grazed by a bullet because there was a shooting that happened at Justin Bieber's party. It's got to be the same thing that they're about to talk about. Let's continue.
Something else was going on. KTB Rico laid eyes on Presser and slammed him up against a red Ferrari. After that, all hell broke loose. At this point, Presser was pinned to the ground when a masked shooter fired several shots, causing the crowd to disperse. Kodak and KTB Rico were both shot in the leg. One person was shot in the chest, leaving them in critical condition, and a bystander was also hit in the ankle by a stray. Word on the street is that the masked shooter was Presser's big brother Bundog, a known stepper in Canada who just got out of prison after doing 10 years. And let me tell you, he doesn't go in.
Stop sleeping on them Canadians, man. Stop sleeping on them Canadians, man. I kept telling y'all, man, in Canada, they get busy, especially in Toronto. Toronto is like Chicago, champ. You gotta understand, man. Stop sleeping on them Canadians, man. Canadian don't even live there in Cali. Out there in Cali, going nuts. Crazy, right? I know. Let's keep it going.
Anywhere without a face mask. Look at the footage of Presser and YK Osiris playing basketball. You can see the same masked man in the background multiple times. Here we can see Presser beside what looks like his bro Bundog, and you can even see that other guy that was next to him in the fight behind him.
Oh, this guy on his police stuff. You trying to solve a case. You trying to get... Nah, bro. You trying to solve a whole case right now. The police is watching. You're bugging, bro. I get it. No, I get what you're saying. Good police work, champ. You're a detective. But yeah, you're gonna get that man indicted. You're gonna get that boy indicted, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
You can also see him here in the same ski mask the shooter wore. And once again, you can also see that other guy that was right next to the shooter. And if you're still denying it, we can see the same off-white hoodie the shooter was wearing on Presser during an interview a couple of days before the shooting. However, I'm not confirming or denying anything, just looking at the facts. But enough police work. I know what all y'all are wondering. Why is an artist from Florida and an artist from Canada beefing? I mean, these guys are on two completely different sides of the continent. Well, I have two theories. Here's the first one. Jackboy and Presser made a song called Blueberry Zap around the same time Kodak and him started beefing. A lot of people say it was a diss track toward Kodak, but I couldn't find anything in the lyrics that would suggest it. But if you didn't know, Jackboy has had issues with Kodak since early 2021. Long story short, Jackboy would have a meeting with Empire Records, the label behind Sniper Gang. They revealed to Jackboy that Kodak was allegedly charging him $30,000 every time he did a verse on one of his songs. They also revealed that Jackboy was supposed to get a $500,000 advance, but Kodak kept it for himself. However, this information is unverified. Nonetheless, Jackboy was unhappy with his label situation. Given that fact, Sniper Gang probably didn't like the fact that Presser was working with Jackboy. Here's the second theory, and probably the most probable theory. Back in 2018, Kodak Black signed Brooklyn rapper 22G's, who is a member of the Blicky Gang. Blicky Gang is not so fond of the GS9, and the two have been having an ongoing deadly beef for a minute now. GS9 Gang is locked in with the Wasa Gang out of Canada, or at least Presser.
Really? I know GS9 was rocking with them guys. That's a fact. I had no idea. That's news to me. I do know the Blicky beef because they didn't lose about two of their guys. You got Nas Blicky. You got what was the other Blicky? Nick Blicky. Nick Blicky was the one who created Getting Sturdy, by the way. In case you don't know. You hear about people getting sturdy and doing the dance, that came from Nick Blicky. He was the first person to get sturdy, so that's what Blicky Gang known for.
Presser has a song with Rowdy Rebel, a GS9 member called Dead Body from 2021, and was even reposted by another GS9 artist, Fetty Luciano, with a caption that co-signed the Was Gang just a week after Kodak Black was shot. So, it wouldn't be far-fetched to assume that Kodak and Sniper Gang aren't cool with GS9 and the Was Gang, since Kodak's artist 22G's isn't cool with any of them either. So given the facts, the brawl outside Justin Bieber's after party started because KTB Rico spotted Presser and allegedly wanted to snatch his chain, and that's when the brawl ensued. After the shooting, Sniper Gang and Was Gang would go back and forth sending disses at each other. Just 4 days after the shooting, Kodak would go live with KTB Rico, and Wasa rapper YG would comment, "Do 3 jumping jacks," to make fun of the fact that both of them were shot in the leg. Next, Kodak would go on IG and show his injuries and play it off as scratches.
Quarterbacks get sacked too, you hear me? But and then at the end of the day, they ain't hiding this shit. This what it is. Screenshot it, be happy about it.
Hey, look, if any of y'all know, if any of y'all got any reach in like South Florida, like Miami, Broward County, and places like that, you know that Kodak Black is like King Von out there. Like Kodak is King Von in South Florida. If you know, you know. I can't really go into detail, but if you know, you know. Kodak Black is King Von out there in South Florida. You gotta be from there, or you gotta know people from out there to understand why Kodak Black is like King Von out there. I'm so serious. The industry don't know. A lot of y'all don't know. I can't even say do your research. You have to be or know people out in South Florida to know. That's all I gotta say. So if you don't know nobody out there, get to know people out there. You might find out. And if you live out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Smash the like button, share the video.
Whatever, hooray. Celebrate this motherfucker, you heard me? About time. With this motherfucker, man. About time, you heard me? Say
bro, that was God. He wanted you to sit down and shit, bro. I ain't
on
gonna
some shit like that. Shit. Okay, but whatever. You hear me? Screen record this shit. Oh, whatever. What?
And the same day, Presser would post his own lyrics to sneak diss Kodak, which say, "Cause I ain't fighting unless I'm in the can." Presser would then go on IG and taunt Sniper Gang.
Oh, Presser. Oh, you rocking?
What you saying, Crowdy?
Rowdy.
You feel like you're rowdy?
He catches shots like he's done it. Tell him.
He got his shots like he's done. Tell him.
No, Cass. No.
Things would go silent until rapper YG claimed Kodak blocked him on Instagram. And then fast forward to August 2022, KTB Rico would go on IG and say, "F everybody in Toronto except Drake."
Fuck niggas from Toronto. Everybody from Toronto except Drake, nigga. Fuck niggas from Toronto, nigga. Fuck Toronto, nigga. It was fuck about Toronto, man. You know what the fuck going on, nigga. You see where we at, nigga. We in the U.S. See what we did to them boy. We caught them boy down back. Beat the shit out of nigga. Had nigga running. That's on my Z.
He would then go on to preview a diss track on Presser the next day.
I keep this Glock and I move like a ghost. I got a couple, I just keep it on the low. And I'm a young nigga shooting like a pro. Speak on ya and you gon' go and that's...
Why would you be dissing somebody on this type of beat? I don't get that. Oh man.
Really had the pressure running like a hoe. Shooting with your eye closed, you can't.
Rico and YG would then go back and forth in the DM. Days later, YG would post a video of Kodak giving KTB Rico money to his story and caption it, "We only reward hitters, not victims." Months later, Paris Fashion Week rolled around and Kodak was booked to walk and perform at the Namias fashion show in Paris. Little did he know he would be performing for his ops, as Presser and YG had front row seats at the show.
Imagine performing in front of your ops at a fashion show was crazy. Imagine performing in front of your ops at a fashion show, and on top of it, yo, listen. Could you imagine it going down? And you remember how concerts used to really have, you know, used to be smoke at concerts, and concerts would get shut down because of beefs? Well, imagine that happened at a fashion show. Somebody beefing at a fashion show with like top tier, you know, European designers and whatnot there. You feel me? Could you imagine? That would they wouldn't work with no more rappers ever again. they would destroy all the fashion money right away. Like, could you imagine it going down at a fashion show versus a concert and rappers is beefing? That would be crazy. Them fashion designers would take off. I ain't gonna lie.
After that, Pressa's brother Bundog would diss Kodak in a freestyle, obviously referring to all the TMZ reports of Kodak after he got shot. The same day, Kodak would finally directly respond on IG, basically saying they're celebrating a leg shot as if it was a body. And it's a lose-lose situation because if he gives them clout, it's what they want. And if he crashes out and retaliates, he loses everything.
When I got hit in the leg, I see niggas try to clown about that too. And you even have no smoke with them. Ain't even know them. I think it's gonna be fucking overseas. And me being a rapper, I love my life. I'm grateful. I'm thankful, bro. I ain't a type. I don't want to be looked at as the biggest gangster. My pride ain't big enough. Like my pride, I don't be on this shit. I'm humble, but I'm down to earth and chilling. You know, I'm in a little mood right now. Okay. When it hit me in the leg, first, only time getting shot. I saw the video. I was still on my feet. I ain't even really doing too much physical therapy, bro. And I'm back walking like, I ain't one crying about that shit, one that shit. I just know shit. I hate when niggas try to discredit me, cause it's like I take too much pride in being a man. I know gangster, you know what I mean? I take pride in being a man.
But I bet you're asking, why would Drake side with Pressa? Besides the fact that Drake is from Canada, Drake has given Kodak his praises and flowers many times over the years. Wouldn't it be smart to stay out of it entirely since he's cool with both parties? Well, in February of this year, Kodak Black did an interview and said he refuses to work with Drake, even though they have a lot of music together.
You know we waiting on that Drake feature, man.
Oh yeah, I had told Drake I ain't want to do no collab, like no songs or no album, cause we supposed to been did a whole album together before him and Lil Buddy. Before him and Lil Buddy did that shit.
Word.
Yeah, I had told him I wanted to wait like 2023, like after February.
It sounds like Kodak was waiting for the perfect time to drop their tape together, but felt some type of way because Drake put out a joint album with 21 before him. Kodak and 21 have even had a little tension in the past over who has more hits.
Yo, that before 21 leave, yo, go on my Instagram page and tell them to react to that Kodak. That Kodak, I'm feeling what y'all was saying.
What happened? Oh, you just started, bro.
21 don't want the smokes, man. Say nothing yet. I done PM that nigga. Man, what's up, Rennie? I done hit verse. What's up, Rennie? Don't be capping on this internet on this. You ain't ready to stand up in that fire, boy.
Oh, Kodak and 21 was going at it like that for real? Oh, that's crazy. Let me tell you another fun fact, gang. 21 is not a joke out there in Atlanta neither. Don't get it twisted, man. Hey, yo. 21 is not a joke out there in the A neither. Listen. There's some real goonish behavior going on outside these, industries. A lot of goonish behavior in these streets that people don't really know about, champ. If you're from Atlanta, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You dig? If you know people in Atlanta, if you know about Atlanta, you know exactly what I'm talking about, champ. 21, yeah. And Kodak, yeah, niggas is on timing, champ. Once you do, niggas is about that action. I ain't know they had to smoke like this, though. I ain't gonna keep it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't know they had to smoke like this.
Kodak smoking.
Oh.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna see what's up.
Okay.
I'm king smoke. I love smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I go to sleep dreaming about smoke. I daydream about it.
I don't think Khan Sanan realizes how serious this is. Man, do niggas understand? Me, champ. Y'all be thinking this is all for entertainment. It's not always entertainment, champ.
Not always entertainment. There's some real things going on the outside. Some real things going on, gang.
I love it. I'm in love with smoke.
But what makes me think the line is about Kodak and not Pharrell? Let's get into it. Drake is closely affiliated with Pressa and the rest of Toronto's Was Gang and references them in multiple songs. War, Time Flies, etc. Drake was fighting a Vogue case in January 2023. The same month, Pressa and YG take a trip to Paris where they record themselves taunting Kodak from the sidelines of his Fashion Week performance. YG even reposted that same exact video with knife emojis, with Drake's Meltdown verse playing in the background. Pressa also posted pictures with Drake using lyrics from Drake's Meltdown verse. And for anyone who still thinks the...
Oh yeah, Drake got the Goonies around him, man. You already know Drake got the Goonies. He got Mom Times. He got the Was Gang niggas. He got the Goonies around him, champ. Nah. Was Drake out here doing madness? Obviously not. But Drake is very closely associated with some Goonies, champ. You dig? The man is very closely associated with some goons. That's a given. You dig what I'm saying? Clearly, you know what I mean? Remember that video of Jay Prince pressing Kanye? You remember that video? I know y'all remember that video. Come on. Smash the like button, share the video. Let's keep it going, gang.
Bar may be about Pusha or Pharrell. The Vogue lawsuit settled on February 2nd, weeks after Was Gang's Paris trip. There would be no reason for a lawsuit that ended 4 to 5 months ago to stop Drake from going to see Pusha in Paris in June. The timelines do not correlate whatsoever, and I think this whole Drake sent Kodak 600k to apologize thing is false. Kodak says Drake sent him 300k BTC in this video from February 2022.
This nigga text me like, you got Bitcoin? I'm like, no. He was like, I'm gonna set up a Bitcoin wallet. That fuck nigga sent me with 6.6 coins. I mean, and at the time, the shit was like 32,000 a coin. Mm-hmm. Shit. And then over time, the coins got up to like 40 bands a coin. So then that shit came in like, it's really like 300,000 in my Bitcoin wallet right now.
But it was recently brought back up again after Kodak mentioned it in this interview. But this time he says 600k instead of 300k for some reason.
That boy Aubrey, that's my dog, bitch.
Okay, so we can't count this video because Kodak is high out his mind. Kodak is high right now. Kodak has a huge issue with abuse of substances, and we don't know what substances those might be. So we can't really count this interview, champ. And a lot of people don't realize how high and messed up Kodak is right now dealing with addiction. See, Kodak back then and Kodak now is two different Kodaks, because Kodak is dealing with an addiction crisis right now. So we can't really count this video for nothing. I ain't gonna count nothing Kodak is saying in the recent months, because Kodak is dealing with a high level of addiction. We see it every other video. Nigga going live, almost passing out, having these episodes. Listen, Kodak dealing with a huge issue. You think he has an addiction problem that he need to fix right now. So I ain't counting this specific video right here, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Let's keep it going on.
Drake sent me 600. Drake sent me about 600 bands, babe. Motherfucking Bitcoin.
But that
nigga high, bro.
Video was from July 20th. Utopia didn't drop until July 28th. On top of that, the song Meltdown reportedly almost didn't make the album. I mean, it's not even on the vinyl. It has the song A with Uzi in its place.
Alright guys, my vinyl for Travis Scott's new album Utopia just came in, and we're gonna unbox it. Okay, so actually we have a huge problem. Meltdown with Drake is not on the track list. Instead, it looks like A with Lil Uzi Vert from the Pink Tape is on this album. I'm assuming it's because Drake sent in his verse like extremely late. Man, that really sucks.
Mike Dean even hinted at Drake vocals coming in late. He even sent in his verse for Sicko Mode hours before Astroworld dropped. With this being said, Kodak Black had no clue this was coming, and if he did, I doubt he would bring him up or talk about him in any capacity. If Drake and Kodak were on great terms, why would Drake be co-signing and posting up with the same people that put a hollow in his leg and had him walking with a cane for the better part of a year? If it was not aimed at Kodak, why would Drake write a bar that can be so easily misinterpreted as a dig at Yak? Why would he allow Pressa and YG to use the bar to further taunt his good friend on socials? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.
Well, I'm going to tell you why. We don't even need to look at the comment section. Let me explain something to you. You got to remember, man.
Drake is a funny guy, man. Drake didn't grow up like everybody else. This nigga grew up, you know, he was an actor and all this other stuff. He doesn't have any real deal loyalty. For example, he was cool with Lil Wayne and Young Thug, and still is cool with Lil Wayne and Young Thug, while Young Thug almost tried to smoke Lil Wayne. Remember the tour bus situation where, you know, who was that? Which YSL member was that tried to smoke Wayne on his tour bus? I'm trying to think about who it was, because I can't remember their name right now. Either way, a YSL member was ordered to try to clip Lil Wayne on his tour bus, right? And that was through Thug's work, because remember, Young Thug and Lil Wayne had a nasty beef, and it was a situation where, you know, Birdman and Wayne also had a problem. And the rumor was that Birdman was supposedly trying to get Wayne smoked to get a higher profit off of that last Carter album that he dropped. If you remember, you did. It was a huge thing going on. But yeah, Drake was cool with both Thug and Wayne at the same time that they was beefing, and he didn't choose a side. Now, ultimately, his side should have definitely been Wayne, because Wayne is his mentor. Wayne is his brother, right? You would assume that he would side with Wayne, but nope. He was cool with Wayne and Thug at the same time. So again, if he was cool with them two, what makes you think he's not gonna be allegedly cool with the What's Gang guys and Kodak at the same time? But at the same time, it seems like he going against the grain and not even rocking with Kodak at all right now, because it just seems like he's siding with the ops. And I guess that comes from Kodak really not trying to do no work with Drake to begin with, especially right now. You dig what I'm saying? And that's the only answer I can give you that's logical. I can't give you no other explanation, but just know that that's just Drake's character, man. He could be cool with people who are both enemies, and that's a dangerous thing too at the same time. You dig? You can't be cool with two people that are enemies, which is why me personally, I always tell people to make sure you choose a side. You dig? Because at the end of the day, you're going to choose a side anyway subconsciously, so you might as well choose a side. You dig? You can't be cool with both parties. Simple. Because at the end of the day, you're going to look very suspect if you don't choose one. And that's what need to be said. But I want you to understand something. The show is never over, and the show is never done. But the most important thing is that you stop playing. So please, I beg of you, stop playing, you heard? And that's it.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn